Good morning, welcome back. This is the big one, the big trip, the dream bucket list one. So let's call it half a lap of Australia. We're not really doing Queensland and New South Wales. We've done that before, except for Cape York, so pretty keen. Got the new van behind me. How good is this? Full titanium hardcore. I am planning on giving you guys a rundown on this van. I just don't know how to bloody use it yet. I will be lying to you if I give you a rundown. Give me a few weeks, let me test it a little bit more. One thing I can tell you though, it does pull so nice behind that car. I am the last person you need to talk to about caravans and weight distributions and all of that sort of jazz, because I got really no idea. Whatever I've done, it seems to have worked because it just pulls behind that car. Couple things though with this van, the power is insane in the battery system. Full liner drive, it's got about 800 watts of solar, 400 amp hours of lithium, it's got a 2600 inverter in there, gas hot water system, electric hot water system, aircon, heating, you name it, this van has got it. It's triple bunked, it is bloody unreal. Always good driving under the Dunlop tyre. That's how you know you are going into South Australia. So for this trip, it's going to be a bit different to how a lot of other people do it, or much the same, I don't know. But we are doing pretty much a no budget trip. We're not here to spend a whole heap of money, but whatever it's going to cost us, it's going to cost us, because we believe you do this sort of thing once and you just do it right. There's no real time limit either, so we're not on any date where we need to be back home, but we do have dates for places that we have booked. You know, if anybody knows sort of Windabarney and Exmouth, that's a good 6 months in advance booking, so we did book that prior. So we do have to be sort of in those areas at a certain date, but anywhere in between there and say El Questro and Windabarney, doesn't really matter, we can just make it up as we go. So yeah, we're going to keep track of the costing, and at the end of pretty much the whole trip, pretty much the last episode of this series, going around Oz, should detail and will detail pretty much how much it all just cost us. We don't really want to spend too much, but at the end of the day, it costs us what it's going to cost us. I don't know. You just got to enjoy it with your kids, with your family while you can. Anyway, stay tuned. So tonight, the Savo, we're going to end up at a place called Lake Bonnie or Lake Booney. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's not far from Waikerie in South Oz. If you know this Dunlop tyre, you're about 60k out maybe, I think. Don't quote me on that. I've stayed there once before on my way back from the Flinders. Let's get there. Not much interesting between now and then. Just going to keep on trucking. Alright, excuse the wind. Not much going on tonight. I'll show you around this little car park area. Just a bit of a stopover. Headed to Petey, how cool is that? We're just parked here at Ayers Rock Campground. It's actually part of the resort, Ayers Rock Resort. I didn't realise this whole Ulara township is built on the resort itself. So they created this town as a tourism place. It's pretty awesome. It's really family friendly, this caravan park. It's pretty much chock-a-block at the moment. The only problem with this campground is there's no dump point for a caravan. There is in town, in Ulara town or something it's called. You'd have to put your cassette in your car and drive. It's probably 2 k's away, it's not that bad. And dump your black water there. Right now we're going to head over to the rock, have a look. We've pulled up at a place called Urwanda. It's sort of like a a roadhouse, I guess. Bit of accommodation out the back. It's got a tavern here. It is a Shell servo. It's right on the intersection of the Stewart Highway and Leicester Highway, which is the one that goes all the way to Uluru. Just there. Fuel was about $2.69. So what do you expect really? It's still not too bad for where we are, I guess. I'm gonna keep rocking north to Alice. We're staying in Alice tonight at the Discovery Park. Heard really good reviews. Wiki Camps, the saviour again. Bought this hat from here, obviously, all under. You know how much, in previous videos, how much I love the country trucker hats, so any chance I get to see one of these, you know I'm gonna get one. Keep on trucking. It's about lunchtime at the moment. Might get something to eat, might make something to eat, I don't know, but we'll keep on heading north. Good morning from where we are anyway. Leaving Alice this morning, we are heading up to Tennant Creek to a place we found on Wiki Camps called Spinifex Ridge Farmstay. Just filling the tanks, valves are open. It's always a good option just to quickly research where you're going to go next and if there's water or not. And if you're at a caravan park, you may as well top up with water and fill your tanks for at least how much you think you're going to need. Full, well, if you're going fully off-grid, then yeah. But if you're only going 2 nights or something before you hit another water source, then you probably don't need to be full because you're just lugging around that weight in the van for no real reason, I think. But yeah, let's get into it. Pulled up to a little town called Tea Tree. Put some fuel in, getting some food at this little place. Let's have a look. Yeah, let me tell you, it's bloody hot. A bit hot?
Bloody
Stinking hot. We're just at a place called the Devil's Marbles. It's actually a national park. It's not very big. Just off the Stewart Highway before Tennant Creek, maybe 100 k's south. Just in the van because it's strikingly hot outside. I know we kind of expected it, but coming from Canberra, anywhere in Australia is hot, except for pretty much Mount Kosciuszko. Very dry. It's a very dry heat. But nonetheless, they're pretty cool, these rocks. Very interesting. It's just striking how old this country actually is and how a lot of things formed. Pretty amazing.
Of me trying to work out how to open the gate. It's a challenge every time we stay somewhere like this because I never know how to do it.
Righto, we've pulled up at a place called Spinifex Farmstay. Wait till you see this view, mate. Have a go at that. Beautiful. That'll be something to wake up to. This is just outside of Tennant Creek, maybe 4 or 5k. It's $20 a night. There is an honesty box, but apparently they come round on some quad bikes or just the workers or whatever. They come by about 5 o'clock and just give them some cash then. A few spots up the top here, there is water point there, but it's not like a hookup to your van. It's actually just accessible to everybody camping here just to go and fill whatever they need to fill for some water. You do drive down that way and there's a bit more campsites around there. 5 people at the moment here, but there's probably space honestly for at least 30 people, I reckon. The toilet, just there with the dunny. Great site, out of town, nice and easy. It's about 3:30, so it's quite hot. You can hear that. Aircon's on. Bonus, definitely guys, if you're going to do anything this north in the heat, would recommend just getting a big battery system, getting some solar up in there, getting an aircon and just doing that, especially with kids. People can deal with the heat. Our kids not so much. They can, but a bit of a struggle. So we like to just be comfortable. If you're doing this sort of stuff, I believe comfortability, that's your main thing that's going to keep you going. If you're not comfortable, you can cut your trip short. If not cut it short, you're not going to want to go again later because you've bad experienced it. Not because of it was purely a bad experience, but it's because you're not comfortable. It took me at least, what, 11, it took me at least 15 years of camping to even consider getting one of these caravans. But can I tell you, it is the best thing that we have done by far with kids traveling long distance. I mean, I wouldn't throw this down the old telegraph track, but at the same time, places like that, you just leave the van somewhere. Recommend. Let's get inside. Daily Waters pub. That is a hit.
We just went to the Daily Waters pub and Chris went inside to get a beer, and all shit hit the fan in the 2 minutes it took Chris to get a beer. We were eating lunch, donkeys came into the pub, into the outdoor seating area, and took Chris's burger, like took the tray, I just pulled the tray out of the donkey's mouth, then took a bite out of my salad. Then our youngest Theo starts screaming because a chicken pecked his hand to try steal his chicken nugget. People from another table had to come and shoo the donkey away. So I was trying to push this donkey away. They're quite strong. What an ordeal. But you guys definitely have to check out that pub. It's a great place to go. Great place to be. Just, yeah, watch out for the donkeys because they'll steal your lunch and maybe your kids.
Good spot. Good spot. Heading to Mataranka now. Going to watch a whip cracking show. Nathan Griggs. Let's get into it. Just left. Just leaving Bitter Springs. Bitter disappointing. What do you reckon?
Yeah, look. Not that flash, hey. It's giving Pine Island in Tuggeranong.
Very Pine Islandy and Tuggeranong. Instagram versus reality coming up. Now, it's still quite a nice place to cool off, but not something that is very attractive per se. Anyway, let's go have a few beers and cool down that way. Today we're leaving to go to Darwin. We're going to pick up some shocks. So we're leaving Mataranka. Clears out pretty quickly here. Good spot. Not what I expected, but this is the Bitter Springs campground. The owner is a legend. He'll ride around on a little quad bike, or he'll be in the water truck. Also owns a Titanium. Anyway, just packing up now. Got to go pick up these shocks, so let's get it. Made it to Darwin. Just heading into Anaconda now. Pick up a few things. We're here for the night, and then we are going to Connemara.
Can you put your hand out like this? Yes. You don't want to.
He's checking to see who's got the...
So we're about maybe 100 k's out of Connemara. Just pulling up, we're just throwing some fruit and veg out. If you come through South Australia, Northern Territory border, there's actually no inspection station kind of thing. Or at least we didn't really see it. Leaving Northern Territory to go into Western Australia is much the same as sort of New South Wales to South Australia. There's a quarantine inspection bay. So they'll probably do a walk through of the van and the car, which is cool, no problem. But we pulled up at Timber Creek. I filled the car, and this poor bugger there in a Hilux was filling up adjacent to me, and he just said poor bugger put in unleaded in his diesel Hilux. Luckily he only put 20 litres putting diesel in when I got there. He rang the mechanic, and apparently the mechanic said if you've only put sort of 20 litres of unleaded, just fill the rest with diesel. Drive 100 k's, so you get, you know, you cycle through it a little bit. The next fuel stop, even if it's only 100 k's or 50 k's away, fill it up again with diesel, so it sort of flushes the unleaded out. I'm no mechanic, so I don't know if that's going to work. So comment below if that will actually work, or what you actually should be doing if you accidentally put a little bit of unleaded in the diesel car. I've never done it personally. I know people who have, but I did ask him. I said, did you drain the tank? And he said, no, that's what we did. So if it was me, I'd probably drain the tank, but 20 litres, I don't know. If that's nothing really, and yeah, it should be fine with filling it with diesel, let me know, comment below. Anyway guys, that's it for this episode. Thank you so much for joining me. Not too much happening on this one, as we were just driving through the red centre basically. We're just going straight up the guts, trying to get to the top end, because we are kind of late for the wet season, so we do want to get up here as quick as we can, which we have, nearly in Kununurra, and then we're pretty much going to go Kununurra all across the top end, all the way down the west coast of Western Australia, and just take our time there. But just to get up here, so thanks for joining me guys.